First off, I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I do want to acknowledge that the Chinook CESD board members, some of them come out and they were talking to people, and we are so proud of you for coming out and being with us today. I just want to acknowledge them. They're going to be our spokespersons. They're going to help us.
Oh, no, they're not. I've already dealt with them.
There's more of us today to show them that we support them for talking to AHS for us on our behalf. We've elected them in here, and they need us to show them that we support their actions. So, bear with me, you guys. I'm not a public speaker. My name is Tammy Ryrie, and I grew up in Innisfail. I graduated here. My husband of almost 30 years attended Bowden Grandview School. We have lived here our entire lives, and I'm proud to be an Albertan for over 51 years now. I am blessed to have 4 children, 2 that still attend Bowden Grandview School. I also have 3 amazing grandchildren, 2 who were attending the play school in Bowden Grandview until January 22 when the new mandates were put into place for parents. We're not allowed in the school unless we have a negative test or proof of our vaccination anymore, so the doors are locked to us without those 2 pieces, or one of those pieces. I'm not okay with that. So to get this event started, a quick introduction to how this came to fruition. On Tuesday last week, I came across a concerned mom on a social media platform, and she just created an event called the Peaceful Protest to Unmask Our Kids at CESD. Her name is Rachel Callis, a proud married mom of 3 school-age children, as well as she has numerous nieces and nephews that attend the Delburn School. Rachel runs a Delburn lunch program daily and prides herself in helping out where she can, and is a very active volunteer in her community. So we're all here today because of this lady right here, her actions and her thoughts.
Tell them to come get a snack. Austin,
so once Rachel posted the event, almost immediately she had more support than she can imagine. And the page grew quickly. She soon realized that she wasn't alone. In order to keep things regulated, positive, and focused, she asked for assistance. I gladly jumped on board with her. She was a like-minded mom that truly cared about her children and their health. She is right over there, and we'll have a chance to share with all of you. We're here today because of her.
He's coming.
This looks worse than it is. We are here to speak on behalf of our children. We're deeply concerned, loving parents, grandparents, friends, aunts, uncles, sisters, and brothers. We're all standing here for our futures. We are here to request that AHS drop the mask mandates and free our children. It has been too long. The masks have failed the test. Completely failed. Months ago, I contacted Chinook CESD Transportation about the mask policy and was told the mandates were above them, and they didn't have the place to stand up to AHS and the government. I was instructed to contact Dina Henshaw or Adriana Legrand, and the directives were handed down to CESD from AHS and not decided upon at the division level. As we know, they aren't the easiest people to contact anybody about. I realized at that point the school and the division believed and responded that they were powerless to change these rules and their hands were tied. I wondered, how do I make a difference and change this while maintaining our integrity and not fighting? I watched a loyal, punctual, happy grandfather, a loyal bus driver, lose his job as he refused to wear a mask, and he stood up for our kids and refused to police the precious children that he transported safely to school every day. He lost his job. Who could I talk to? This was a losing battle, but I still felt it was so wrong. We have all come today for a common goal to free our kids. As concerned parents with the division, we want to put an end to the mask mandate. We are all here to assemble and relay to Chinook CESD division how we feel. We're backing up with truth, real science, and we want to focus on humanity. We are searching for a quick, responsible, proactive solution for our children's future. Oh my gosh.
This is what we've needed. A bunch of politics.
Stuck together. Sorry, guys. Okay, thank you. We are here as a group to clearly communicate and ensure the 9 elected trustees and AHS know what we want for our children. We have gathered today to request that AHS drop the mask mandates and let the entire school system be free of masks. We ask CEC to join us and stand as a collective with our children. I thank you all again for coming today. Last week there was a group of students from around the province that stood up and voiced their opinions and freely expressed their rights. The schools, the staff, and some of the MLA office were met with some resistance in regards to the mask restrictions. In light of what has transpired since this peaceful protest was created, we have realized the urgency to have this issue dealt with. The resolution has to be reached. With school closures due to acts of violence, verbal threats from outside our community, we need to deal with this immediately before it snowballs and escalates. As you can see, there's a lot of support. I think there's a lot of people that felt alone, and there's a lot of support. We're all done with this. The option of online learning is not fair to our children. This should not even be suggested. This is not our wish for our children, to sit alone all day, to be separated, to not get the quality of learning one-on-one offers. We have paid for them to attend, and we do not want them to be let down again. There are hundreds of qualified, professional, educated, reliable people that you have entrusted to teach our kids face to face. You must not deprive them of their right to an education. You cannot deprive the teachers of their students. They all need connections and the engagement in order to educate and inspire the future generations. One of CESD's slogans is, where students come first. Are they first? Are they truly being heard and represented, or are they being pressured and silenced?
Pressure! Silence!
At this point in time, we need to be extremely honest with each other, and the current policies helping. Is this against our rights? Is it harmful? Does it stop transmission? Do the voices of our children matter? How do we see the future of education if this doesn't stop? The questions about the long-term outcome of masking our children may remain unanswered, but every direction I turn, I see science and the information that masking is not beneficial to their health or wellness. The opposite is true. The policies are damaging to their self-esteem, and now it has created a divide of loyal friendships, as well as evidence is showing an increase in mental illness in our children that may last a lifetime. We as parents are not satisfied and want better for our kids. We have no proof that this approach is stopping or slowing down illnesses within the confines of our school or throughout our communities. It actually seems the opposite. If we were being transparent, we as parents whisper in the secret and sniffle to avoid judgment. We don't tell anybody. This is the current reality. The parents know that's true. The facts are the facts, the numbers are the numbers. There is proof of ineffectiveness of the mask and absolute scientific data that they do harm to our children. We will provide you with the science today, in which the fellow already spoke, and thank you, Chris, for coming again. Partnered along with common sense, individual experiences, we can now actually say they don't work. Our children are still getting the regular seasonal cold.
There's a jog in there.
Anyway, I was trying to catch garbage.
In closing, thank you.
This will be a good one to watch later.
Tammy's
got the right one.
We are demanding a new fresh approach to the way to deal with illness in our school.
I think it's under.
At present and for the future. We add this assembly and letter includes everyone in the schools, the amazing teachers, the principals, the vice principals, the wonderful aides, the dedicated office and support staff, all the loyal division staff, all the hardworking custodians, the precious volunteers, and all the loving parents. We want to see each other smile again. What can we do now? Call the authorities, write to them, AHS, Minister of Education, MLAs, government officials, and voice your opinion. We have shown the Chinooks Edge School Division that we were behind them. We want them to be free of this too. Cheers to standing up for 11,000 kids in over the 40 schools in Chinooks Edge School Division and their basic rights. Our hope is that this ripples into other divisions and our kids can smile at one another again. They deserve their childhoods, they deserve to see their teacher smile at them, then they deserve quality air. As Chinook's Edge website reads, it has been entrusted with the care and education of our children, and they are accountable to parents and the larger community. We know you will keep your written word and rise up for the children. It is time now to restore our system and inject peace and unity into school division as a whole. We are all in this together. Every person involved matters. Looking forward to a healthy, long-term solution. Peace to all. Thank you, everybody.
Woo!